So this is my plan to make 100K monthly. So I have a inventory based business. I mostly sell on Amazon. As you can see, I've been seriously scaling my business for the past 7 months. It's been on a steady incline. But what is stopping me from hitting 100K? As you can see, we hit 50K in August. Then we did high 40s in November. We did 60 in December, 60 in January, and in February, we have about 10 or so days left in the month, and we're already almost at 60K. Maybe we're projected to do 80K, but we're not projected to do 100K, which is the goal. We want to hit 100K, because why not? Why stop here? Now, what's stopping me from that glorious 100K? And it really comes down to cash flow. In an inventory-based business, cash flow is king. Cash flow is what runs my business. Or at least that's the game that I'm playing, in a way. Where for you, you could have a different business and the game might be a little different. But in the business I'm in, cash flow is what stops you or builds you. Now, when you look at the yearly chart, you really can't see any cash flow errors, or at least very evident. You can see one right here in October where the norm kind of seemed to dip. So you could kind of see an error in cash flow here, but it really shows when you look at the individual months. So let's look at November. Around this time, I had $20,000 in funding from a Chase credit card. I was prepping all the inventory myself. I was sending it out to Amazon, and I would be able to spend that $20,000 in about a week. Now, when I had $20,000 in funding, those errors in cash flow weren't really showing. So as December approached, I was able to get more funding. I was able to get $35,000 from Citizens. I already had that $20K from Chase, and then I got an additional $20K from Amex. Now, this cultivated an $80,000 plus in funding. But in December, due to me being able to fulfill a lot of my own orders, that error in cash flow wasn't very evident until January. Now here comes January, and the opportunity to fulfill your own orders is gone, because the peak of Christmas and all the holidays in December isn't as high in January. Now, I wasn't able to get a complete screenshot of January, but you get the idea where the inventory came in. I was low on inventory, more inventory came in, low on inventory, more inventory came in. Now, one thing about cash flow is that it's very simple in an inventory-based business. Basically, bad cash flow is inconsistent sales, like what you're seeing here. This is bad cash flow. As you can see here in the last 30 days, highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows. And basically, good cash flow is consistent sales. Whether it's 3K a day, just something very consistent, that is good cash flow. Now, in January, I was prepping a lot of my items myself. And when I say prepping, it's not the same as fulfillment. Prepping is putting the product in see-through bags, labeling them to prepare them for Amazon's fulfillment centers. So now, as a business owner, what's stopping me from going to that 100K month is cash flow. And if I'm prepping my own items, that's hindering my cash flow, because instead of placing orders, I'm prepping. So what is the best way to fix that issue? In my business, is called a prep center. It's basically somebody you pay to prep your items and ship them to Amazon, so you touch no product. Implementing a prep center has helped me get more consistency in the past few days. This screenshot right here is a few days old, or maybe a week old, and now we're doing 3K consistently, which is very beautiful. And we were on track to do 100K this month in February, but guess what stopped me? Bad cash flow. You can see I went low right here. I was low on inventory, and then this is like the beginning of February. If I had just kept that consistency instead of the highs and the lows, then we could have hit 100K this month. So the issue with my business is not that I need more money, more funding. That's not the issue. The issue is I haven't mastered the cash I have right now, and I'm not utilizing it to its full potential. Now, the prep center was able to fix one of my big issues. Now, let's talk about my business. My business model is called online arbitrage, where I buy products online from big distributors and sell them on Amazon. While it is a great business model and very beginner friendly, I'm starting to face some issues as I continue to scale. Now, one of the big issues when it comes to a OA business is order cancellations. It's something I've been dealing a lot with in the past week or so, and that within itself has hindered my cash flow because there's been days where I haven't been able to spend because all my orders are getting canceled. When it comes to OA, a lot of the opportunity is very limited to the current sale or whatever special is going on that specific site, or if whatever methods you're using to discount that site still works. So it's not a very long-term business. It's all short-term opportunity that's right there to take. Due to the business model hindering my cash flow, I'm looking to venture into a new business model while at the same time keeping this one alive. That business model being Amazon wholesale. Now, my main reason for switching is to improve cash flow, because when it comes to Amazon wholesale, there are no order cancellations. You're dealing directly with a distributor at a wholesale price. Bigger orders can be placed due to the nature of wholesale. This would inherently help your cash flow a ton, to the point where you're going to need more funding to get to that 200K, 500K, $1 million a year. You're going to need more funding. The main thing I'm trying to point out is that this is a long-term business model. It's something scalable to great heights. And overall, it's just a better business model.